weren't getting that taken, bro. The only way that happened, or let me rephrase that, you was having sex with a man is because you wanted it. It might not have been that particular man, but you was already in that lifestyle.
Prison Stories 101. Man, we are back with another special episode. And before I even get started, man, I want to say this. I feel like, these prison stories that I've been doing, I see the fans, I see what they say, and, the tone of them have gotten a little more, a few of the interviews had a little more levity to where we were, a little more joking and stuff like that. And, I brought LT in, man, to bring a more serious tone to this conversation because, again, as we do this, we're not here to glorify prison.
Absolutely.
We're not here to make it seem like or take light of. It's a very serious thing. Prison as an institution, is a serious thing. So before we get started, I want you to go ahead and reintroduce yourself. Let them know how many years you did, and we'll start with that.
Yeah, well, my name is LT, man. I'm out of Highland Hills, Alta Mesa, College Park. You know what I'm saying? Just like a little hood within the hood of Oak Cliff. I did 5 years back in the time, man, where it was just a little different than what it is today. Back when I went in, you know what I'm saying, you still had cigarettes, you had Tops and all the others to kind of, to help ease
What are Tops?
a man's mind. Tops is a certain brand of a cigarette.
Oh, okay.
It was really inexpensive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like $2 or $3, you know what I'm saying, a bag, and it came with a set of rollers and everything else, you know what I'm saying? So.
Definitely. So what I want to do is we're going to go through as far as what led up to your prison sentence. But before we get started, I want to get your take on what are your thoughts on prison itself as an institution, like, America creating the prison system.
Well, I mean, prison is absolutely needed, man, because there are some things that go on that really need to take certain things or people out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you really truly think on it. I think personally, though, that, it all depends on what it is, though. It's just the system is so fucked up, man, that all it takes is a lie for you to be in the system. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll never be taken out of it. You know what I'm saying? You'll always be remembered by that.
Correct. Something as simple as a woman saying that, she was assaulted. Not saying I want to take light on that, but, some women have made up stories to, punish men. Sure. And to see a man go sit down in the system to where all it took was a lie to get him there.
You're absolutely
and
correct.
What that does to a man, do you feel like prisons make monsters better monsters if they already were a monster?
Absolutely, man. I mean, think about it, dude. So you're encased around fellow people like yourself. Imagine you being incarcerated with a Michael Jordan. Well, Michael Jordan is just another man inside of that particular place, but he's still amazing at what he does. But if you keep playing with him, you can become amazing. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, man. I mean, yeah, it's just gonna make you a better version of what you are. That's it,
All right, man. Well, let's do it like this. No, definitely. I agree. So let's go and start with this. We try to do the who, what, when, where, and how as far as what led you up. So you did 5 years. When did you do that time? As far as what year did you go in? What year did you get out?
Well, I went in 94 and I got out in 99.
That's a hard time. Them hard times.
Yeah. And a lot transitioned in that time, man. I went in for a situation that I got probation on something.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Adjudicated probation and wound up violating with another case, which ultimately sent me there.
Are you able to speak on what that was, or do you want to speak on what it was?
I choose not to, man. Definitely. Only because, to be honest with you, bro, it has no bearings on the fact that I still went.
Understand.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say that it was a hell of a journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Prison, man, really, it was just a rude awakening for me. Even the loot, going out Loot Sterrett, bro. Just dealing with a lot of a lot of different personalities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people, man, talk so light of prison or jail in general when they don't realize that, man, it's extremely hard on your mental more than your physical. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like,
let's paint the scenario. Let's paint the picture because every man goes in differently as far as basically what they're leaving behind. For you, before we even get to that part of it, where did you serve time at, and where was your case fought at? Like, where did you catch your case, or what case was it? All Dallas, or
everything was Dallas.
Okay,
everything was Dallas. And I went to a newer prison. It was called French Robertson. You know what I'm saying? And
when you mention newer, what do you mean by newer facility? Like how new was it?
Because it had opened back in, I want to say 92, 93.
2 years old.
Yeah, and it was about a year old when I got there.
For me, again, I know you didn't spend time in an older prison or anything like that, but how does that look as far as a facility that's that new? Is it clean? Is it?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, bro. Because again, keep in mind I'm 17, so I don't really know what prison really looked like. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I first got there, they had sent us to the walls, which is a diagnostic where you get your job and all that old shit, your number and all. And now there was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a lot of old cats, a lot of vets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of old CEOs. Wasn't a lot of young people at all.
Yeah.
And it would have set up much different. And then when they sent me out to Robertson, bro, it was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you get off the bus, man, you got to get butt naked, and they say tighten up nuts to butt type shit, and it was just like a rude fucking awakening. And keep in mind, man, I want to say it was like 50 of us, and we were all young, bro. Like the oldest nigga probably on our chain, man, was probably like 23, 24, and we looking at him like he was an old nigga.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
what age were you?
17.
17, young.
Yeah.
Wow, so, 17, 94. And I'm assuming that when they open up a new prison that they're taking in COs or wardens from other prisons to open up this new one.
Right.
So they're probably more, trained to deal with you young bucks.
Well, they were young too, man. That's the crazy part about all this shit, right? So it's like we were all growing together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody was manipulating each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just again, and I say that because I was still a green, you know what I'm saying? I was a greenhorn, and so some things I just wasn't, you know what I'm saying, catching on to because that was my lifestyle. I grew up in church, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I was still in the streets, but what does that even really fucking mean? You know what I'm saying? Selling dope, you know what I'm saying? Credit card, schemes and all that shit. I grew up in church, bro. So, when I got caught up how I got caught up, bro, it was just different.
Yeah, so let's go with that because that's normally I always try to find out the why. But before we get to the why, I want to go with the who as far as based on the crime that they allegedly committed and based on who was in your family, who was affected by, let's say, your crime, and also who was affected by you going to sit down, who was left
Man, in all truth, my immediate family, of course. You know what I'm saying? Mother, siblings, things like that.
How many siblings?
3. It's 3 of us total.
Are you the youngest or?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest.
Yeah.
That's lead by example, they say. That's sometimes hard when you're the oldest and this happens.
You're absolutely correct. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. No, I mean it was different, man, and it was just tough, man. And but I will say that, I seen a lot of people, and I said this before, I believe, I seen a lot of people, a lot of men take their lives because of their mental, right? But I've seen a lot of men, lose their life because of their mouthpiece, from what they said. And there, in particular, is you say less and listen more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can learn so much just by listening. You know what I'm saying? Even the things that people don't say. You know what I mean? You can learn so much just by watching.
Elton, let me ask you. You mentioned your mother. Was your father around?
He was in and out. Let it be because my dad was military, and so we did a fair share of traveling. You know what I mean, from Europe to Korea to Turkey. You know what I'm saying. So he done 6 or 7 tours, and we traveled as such. You know what I'm saying.
You're gonna commend him for his service.
Yeah, right on. And but I just say everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, I used to think he was extremely hard on me in particular. Me being the oldest, sharing the same name, whatnot, being a junior. And so certain things he would always push onto me that I initially rejected, right? And so, but it all made sense when I went to where I went, and so certain things I was accustomed to anyway. Fighting was easy. I did that growing up, so it wasn't really shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, we try to lean on the why. You mentioned that, of course, you grew up in church, but you were still, 1 foot in the streets. We always try to get the psychology of, a man. What was it that drew you to the sad crime that got you locked up? Was it due to trying to, of course, impress the homeboys? Was it due for a girl? Was it just being a rebel to your family, a rebel to the cause? What was it for you that, kind of drew you to that lifestyle to even get caught up?
Man, so what the initial accusation had nothing to do with, I'm still dumbfounded with that. So I fought that for so long to where they wind up offering adjudicated probation. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even want to take it. And
can you educate the fans as far as what adjudicated probation looks like?
Well, so adjudicated probation is taking a probation that ultimately, if you complete it, they will take it off of your record, right? To me, that's offered to someone that when they really don't have a case, but they need the whatever that is, where it's called, to where they hell, I can't even think of what it's called.
Yeah.
It's ultimately like they win. You know what I'm saying? If they get you to take probation, ultimately you are saying you're still the guilt.
Yeah, basically.
You know
and if you don't complete the probation,
right?
What is it like?
You're saying that you're guilty regardless if you complete it or not. You know what I'm saying? If you take probation at that point, you're saying you're guilty. See, I said, and I'm so not knowing, I said no contest. But at the end of the day, the judge was like, so you still admitting guilt? And I'm like, absolutely not. And so he told me to go back and talk to my court-appointed attorney again. And she was like, and it was always a chick, and she was like, well, listen, it doesn't really mean much of anything that's completed. And so it was just a little difficult for me because, again, when you're at that age, man, they don't tell you that, you know what I'm saying, any kind of record of any sort, man, really fucks up everything, getting a job and all, you know what I'm saying? And so when I got to probation, man, I violated literally within a month. And they wind up reinstating it. And then 3 months down the road, I violated, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't find a job. So I wound up doing something different. And that led me to catch the second case where they said, the hell with you on probation and we're going to teach you a different way, so.
You said each time you had a court-appointed lawyer?
Every time.
Would you, for a young man that's going through this situation, what would you tell him about a court-appointed lawyer, if you could give him any pointers? And should he try to get a paid-for lawyer if by all means? Oh,
period. Yeah. If you're in a financial place where you can absolutely afford it, then absolutely, go that route. You know what I mean? For the ones that can't, I can understand it. Anything is better than nothing, you know what I'm saying, in that type of situation. But again, dude, you got to understand, man, that when what happened, it just caught everybody off guard. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shit, I was taken out of school. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a hell of a fucking shock. And so it was just I didn't know how to handle it. I damn near wanted to take my life. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much on my mental at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I just
Can you speak on what was so much about it? Where were you in your mindset at that time? Like expecting to go off to play football? Were you like were you an athlete? What were you?
Yeah,
what were you leaving behind for you to be like, this is not my life. This is not the way it's supposed to be going.
Yeah, well, I had every intent of going to the service. I wanted to follow my daddy's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? And so, and listen. So when that happened in school, when they took me out of school, they called me in. I went to the principal's office, all that shit, and. When they called me out and I went to the jail and I still didn't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just looking at this massive ass fucking bond and I had mixed emotion because I was like, wait, what? Nah, hell no. This shit, you know what I'm saying? They got the wrong motherfucker. So, you know what I'm saying? Surely this shit gonna go away. And it didn't. And so when I ultimately wound up making bail, they lowered my bail because I ain't never been in no trouble before. So they lowered my bail and shit. I got out and my mom shortly thereafter, man, I went and got a GED. So I got my GED and man, as soon as I got my GED, I started going to college. You know what I'm saying? I started my first semester anyway. And then some other shit came along and you know, long story short, man, I wound up getting, you know, probation.
Okay.
And but yeah.
What can you take us through? And again, as we were speaking on that before, sorry to cut you off, but when I spoke on the why, like what about the life called you, you know, to even try to, you know, go outside of, you know, church and, you know, just a normal kid, you know, doing a regular job?
I can't say. And I'm gonna be very honest, dude. Man, I was really a good kid in a sense that I never wanted to do anything. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I had plenty of uncles, cousins selling dope, all this other shit, but I never wanted to hurt my people. I never wanted, because it was always the niggas that they were selling to. I never really seen them sell it to whites or any other race, and I always felt like that was hurting my people. Not that I'm sitting here pro-black, it's just that I didn't want to see people get hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm gonna tell you something. My daddy was probably one of the cleanest, according to the law of the land. Never been in any issues, never had any trouble, but yet had the dirtiest hands in the world. You know what I'm saying? From all the shit that he done. And I don't have to really speak much on that outside of if you know, you know. But he taught me so much in the interim. And seeing what he'd been through kind of led me along my path. You know what I mean? And if you don't, I'll say, I seen someone who can never do anything wrong according to the law of the land. You know what I'm saying? Never been arrested, anything, but yet do the most. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that they never get caught. Yeah. And then I see motherfuckers who've never done anything be persecuted the most. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that all is a part of God's plan. You know what I'm saying? And
it does mess with your mental.
Yeah, and building character into who you ultimately is going to be. You know, listen, I'm not trying to get off sub here, but I will say this: prison to me, because I hear so many stories. Yeah. I hear people try to glorify it or glamify it. You know what I'm saying? And make it look like it was this amazing place or it was this horrific place. Man, listen, it's no different than you being out in the streets. You know what I mean? Like, survival is everywhere you go. You know what I mean? when you're in the streets, you mind your business. You know what I'm saying? You stay focused on whatever it is that you're doing and you keep it pushing. Same thing in the penitentiary. I knew a cat that never had a fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? But I know motherfuckers that as soon as they get off the bus, you know, it's rolling. You know what I'm saying? That's what they used to call the unit I was on. You know, Rocky Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Because we were at it every single fucking day. It was never a time for sleep. You know, and at any given point in time, it could be your celly, it could be the nigga that you knew in the streets, it could be your partner that was your homie, it could be your kinfolk, it could be any of them can turn on you in that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they serve different purposes. You know, that's why I was never really big on gangs.
Yeah. And this is 94 you're going in, so this is the height of the Crips and Bloods.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, dude, I never really, they always try to say that you have to be in a clique, you know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily true, bro. Listen, man, I didn't seen the Crips, the Bloods, the GDs, the Vice Lords, the ESTs, man, I can't even think of all. It was so many gangs, bro, and they would fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll
fight within the gang.
Yeah, dude. It's like, dude, every time you look up, it's a Crip fighting another Crip or a Blood fighting another Blood or whatever the case, man. But yet they hesitant to fight the motherfucker that they supposedly against. You get what I'm saying? Like you hardly ever see, we used to have lineups when I went. See, again, prison is much different, or it could be the same. Shit, I don't know. I ain't never going back. So we used to have lineups. Like if it's a motherfucker you want to sit here look at, you know what I'm saying? You line up, you know what I'm saying? And you motherfuckers be 4 or 5 motherfuckers. You pick 4 or 5 motherfuckers and y'all rock out. You know what I'm saying? And so it used to be like that, you know, if you just want to get it off your chest or whatnot. But man, you're very rarely to see a Blood and a Crip get at it. You know what I'm saying? See, I grew up, and when you do see them get at it, again, it kind of, and it's the crazy part about the whole bullshit. It's because you can really fuck with this dude that is opposite of what you are, right? Yeah. Like if I was a Crip and or a Blood, and this dude that was my celly or whoever he is, if he was right here beside me, everything could be cool as fuck, bro. Me and him got so much in common, you know what I'm saying? Got the same goal-oriented, whatnot. But we put that fucking wedge of this Crip Blood bullshit, and that right there can fuck up everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the stupid ass fucking wedge, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
I believe you.
It makes no sense.
No, and I'm gonna come back to the Crips and Blood violence in there. But I have to ask, you did county. You said Lou Steric. You actually
the Lou Steric. Yeah.
What for those who don't know, what is some differences, pluses and negatives of county jail versus prison system? I hear some people saying that jail is worse than prison. Like sometimes they want to hurry and get to prison. If they don't want to sit in jail for 3 years.
True.
Get me to prison.
Well, the main most, for me in particular, is being able to move around. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was a trustee, you couldn't move around. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no trustee shit. So unless you're a trustee, you can't have a job. You can't move around. You know what I'm saying? In jail, man, you stuck there. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, it's just, everything is different. You know what I'm saying? The commissary, everything is different. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, when you go to prison, man, any prison really, I'm pretty sure, everything is, it moves a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Let it be with necessities, let it be with, the kitchen, the food, you know what I'm saying? What you're offered and all that type shit. So, it's just a little different, man. Shit, man.
How long were you in county?
I was in county, I want to say 10 or 11 months.
Yes.
Yeah, 10, 11 months. And then, I finished the rest of my time out.
Can you speak on what did the judge sentence you to?
5 years.
5 years. So you wrote the whole 5 years.
I wrote the whole 5.
When the judge, hit the gavel, gave you that time, you're young. What goes through young kids' mind at this time? Like,
listen, dude, right hand to God, everything went silent. Like people were talking. The bailiff was, taking me over to get my fingerprint, but everything was silent. Like I didn't hear shit. Like And then when you go back and you go into the cell and you hear all these niggas talking about, yeah, man, the judge, man, I'm going home today. And you might have seen another nigga who just got a life sentence or some shit or whatever the case. You, man, you want to scream, you want to cry, you know what I'm saying? You want to, and the reason why I'm saying, I'm only speaking for me, because again, I got accused of some shit that I didn't do. And then I got accused of some shit, or I ain't gonna say accused, I was guilty of something that I did do. So in my mind, I was wagering that like, okay, well, this right here will be the reasoning for that. You know what I'm saying? I can accept whatever I'm about to go through. And it was just a little tougher for me. But man, I never forget, I went up to my cell, bro. And again, I'm in the loose, so we in these 24-man tanks or some shit, whatever the fuck, I can't remember. But we was in there, man, and I remember I went to my bunk, man. I didn't want to talk to nobody, bro. I just rolled over to the left side and I cried my ass off, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's real. Man,
I say, man, I gotta do this shit. You dig? And then at that point, you start talking to old heads, niggas that's on bench warrants and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You trying to gather all the info you can and shit. Again, the fighting part ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was recreation back then for us, you know what I'm saying? So that I was looking at I want to know the stages of the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have any, they have all these different places now, like transfer units. All we knew, you know what I'm saying, was the walls, you know what I'm saying? But they have the gurneys and the, whatever the other names are and shit, you know what I'm saying? So they got all these other different places where, I was too busy trying to find out about the wall, bro. Tell me what's going to happen here, man. And it was like a big college though to us, you know what I'm saying? Like
it seems like.
Yeah, man. And so, but
what size were you back then? 17 years old. How tall?
Man,
what
shit,
you weigh?
what I am now, shit, I was like almost 5'9", 5'8.5" and some shit like that. Weighing about like 185 or some shit like
not
that.
Too bad. Not too
solid
bad.
in the motherfucker.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, no, man, I was on it, bro. Yeah, no, I was. Listen, man, you gotta understand, bro. My dad, man, it was 22 kids, right? It was 17 boys and 5 girls.
Wow.
So my daddy was cold, my nigga. Before he even went to the service, my daddy was good with his hands, bro. And his brothers, man, they were boxing coaches. You know what I'm talking about? So shit, I was just getting game everywhere I went. And even when I went to the Lou the first time, man, my celly was Curtis Coates. I don't know if you know, not Curtis Coates. Curtis Coates was out here. He taught me out here. That was Cedric Rose. He was my actual celly. You know what I'm saying? And so out there in the Lou, and man, we would get up every morning, bro. And I mean, he just, you know what I'm saying? I was his little youngster, as he called it. You know what I'm saying? Come here, little youngster. And man, we would just get out there and just spar, you know what I'm saying? And he'll show me all these overs and unders and whoop this out in the third, man. And I just put that with what I had, bro. And man, I came something serious, you know what I'm saying? Like extremely serious, bro. Like lists can be deceiving, man. I didn't seen the biggest niggas, you know what I'm saying, fall, bro. Listen.
I heard these
if
stories.
you know how to chop down a tree, bro, you know what I'm saying? And shit, you really know how to get in there and get out, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, they got to come down to your level, you know what I'm saying? And I done seen some little niggas, man, do some hellacious shit.
What is the in prison especially? What is the tactic? Is it speed? Is it just endurance? What is the tactic to you have to have a fight?
Well, and you have to have endurance, man. If you don't, man. You wouldn't last it out. You know what I'm saying? With youngsters, man, it's really just about takeoff, man. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to take off, man. Knowing how to slip, knowing how to get in. You know what I'm saying? Because the body game is a hella game. You know what I'm saying? You got to know. You have to know how to work the body.
Yeah, people undermine the body. They be like just going for headshots.
Yeah, man. Headshots is good, bro. But that should be a finale. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. Listen, you got to know how to hit everything. I'm talking about hit shoulders, hit arms. I'm talking about hit everything, bro. Hit your hip, nigga. Like, nigga, I'm hitting knees. Like, you got to know how. You got to know how to get at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because all that shit hurt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, nigga? And I'll make you break your own motherfucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Catching my elbow type shit. Like man, back then, man, it was just a little different, bro. Because again, like I say, when you have a dad like I had, bro, who had us hitting on trees and shit, trying to tighten up our fucking knuckles and
Oh wow.
and shit, man. And yeah, man, it's just the whole military type shit, bro. So and I'm fighting niggas in the hood, bro, to where they don't even want to fight no more. Now my dad was teaching me how to use nunchucks and everything, bro. I was on some other shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, and then I'm the oldest. So, when he's gone, I have to take care of family, you know what I'm saying? And keep the respect there, and so I would give it to anybody, anywhere. It didn't matter, church, the store, gas station, like wherever, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you brought the hat, that's where we're gonna handle it at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I went to prison, bro, again, even in Lusteric, man, it was just a lot of jaw jackers in there, bro. A lot of lip bumpers, man, and spit boxers, man, and man, we'll just, again, all that shit don't mean nothing once you get touched. Once that nigga, you know what I'm saying, he's sitting here bumping his gums over the spade table, domino table. Once you touch him one time, boom, you know what I'm saying, then it changes everything. You know what I'm saying? And again, it was just a different world. Yeah, it's a different world, man.
So let me ask you, when it comes to your first day, Robinson, prison actually, you said you were trying to get game as far as what to expect.
Sure.
Did they give you game on what to expect, and what was the actual realization? Can you walk us through your first day as far as what it was?
Yeah. So, man, there was this one cat, dude. He was on point. He was extremely accurate. You know what I'm saying? He said, as soon as you get off the bus, you know what I'm saying? He said, man, they're gonna make you take off your clothes right there. I mean, right there. They're gonna embarrass the fuck out of you as soon as.
So he prepped you for it mentally.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and it was true. As soon as you get off, take off your clothes, butt naked, all you guys, and then you guys got to tighten up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And majority, I'm sorry.
No, why do you think they do that?
I think they try to break you down physically and mentally. You know what I'm saying? Showing it's a power struggle, showing who's in control. What
happens if someone doesn't choose to?
You get put in seg. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a hell of a place to be. That can break your shit mentally. I mean, I'm talking about it'll take you all the way out there, bro, if you ain't strong, bro. Been there, done that there too. You know what I'm saying? 5 days, 10, 15, 30. Those motherfuckers, man, can break you down, bro. Especially niggas. See, keep in mind, man, I grew up in the fields, bro. I didn't get to a kitchen job until my last 6 months or something before getting out. I stayed in the fields, bro, literally, man, for like almost 3.5 years, 4 years. I was in the fields a long time. Nigga, I was a lead man. You know what I'm saying? So
how does that work? Well, before we get to the fields, I want to finish the first day.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you got through, of course, they break you down, you get off the bus, that's the first day. And
right.
What happens after that? Are you committed to a celly? Are you what do they do they see if you're gang related? What do they do?
Well, yeah, of course. The whole process of that, I'm glad you said that, is because they look at all your tattoos and shit. You know what I'm saying? They take all your hair off, they look at your body, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you gang affiliated, whatnot. They do lab work to see if you got any kind of medical issues, drugs, like AIDS and all that old shit. And then at that point, they start to separate, you know what I'm saying? And you start getting your job and classifications and all that, whatnot. So, yeah, there's a lot of physical and mental shit going on. You get to talk to the warden. And
you talk to the warden.
Oh, yeah.
So the warden knows the inmates as you walk in.
He talks to, back then, he would talk to each motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And explain your time sheet. Could they give you a time sheet? And it shows your time, 5 years, how many months, and shows your line, like whatever your classification is, if you're line 1 or whatever, S1 or whatever the classification fucking was. And
what does the warden speak to you about in regards?
Well, he just more or less just explains to you where you are and what you're about to go through, and as long as you do, he's really checking your temperament. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's checking your temperature. He said, hey, listen, this is what you're in for. I mean, he don't take what you're in for, but this is how much time you have. This is how you properly look at your time and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? And so he just want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you good. You know what I'm saying? But what you got going on?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So, as whenever we, of course, we get into these prison stories. Now that you're in there, one thing that people do touch on is they do speak on the field work.
Yeah.
Did you know what that was before they I mean, like, how did they prep you for that?
Man, you can't. You can't prepare for field, man, outside of knowing that after chow, which is around 3:30, you lay down for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then you back up at 5, and then you work in the field from 5 to like 11:30, 12. And back then, man, I don't know how it is now, but we have to walk to wherever we're going. We carry our tools, our hoe, and we walk to wherever we're at, and we handle the task at hand. That'd be sitting here cutting down grass.
Yeah, I said, what is the task?
Man, it could be anything, man. Cutting grass, bro, which, cutting bigger ass grass and shit, standing taller than the individual, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet. Or picking cotton. I picked a lot of cotton, bro. Like crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
That shit kind of threw my shit off.
All right, let's we gotta break this down one at a time.
Sure.
To cut this tall grass, did they tell you, or do you understand what the purpose of cutting this grass is? Like, who's supposed to be utilizing this grass, or just for landscaping, or?
No, man, this was I don't know. I'm assuming it's probably their property or something. We would like their lawnmowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the prisons had acreage. You know what I'm saying? And so we would just cutting all the grass, bro. It'd be like 50 host squads out there, and 50 people, 50 to 100 people in each host squad, and you got 50 host squads. You know what I'm saying? So if you do the math on that, that's what 5,000. It could be probably not that many host squads. Probably about 3,000 people out there. You know what I'm saying? And all these different host squads are doing different tasks. You got some people out there fucking with the pigs and the slop and all that old shit, and you got other people doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? Picking cotton or dealing with the planting like potatoes and all that other shit, and doing all kind of shit, bro. Picking fruit, because we actually ate that shit. Like the watermelons and the potatoes and the jalapenos and all that shit, man, we grown it. You know what I'm saying? And we were picking and all that their shit.
So let's jump over to cotton. As a black man, to go there, you probably never picked cotton in your life. You probably learned about slave trade.
Sure.
How does that feel? And what is the method to actually, because again, most people probably never picked cotton. What is the method?
Man, that was crazy, dude, because, I had gloves on. They back then, they used to issue out gloves and shit. But one time, man, I took them off, or something happened, man. But man, it's a plant, and it has these thorns around it. You actually got to put your hand in and then twist it. Because think about it, if it was easy, whenever the wind blow, the cotton would just go everywhere. But no, you actually got to go inside that little plant and then twist it and then pull it out. Wow. And then you push it in, and then you just pack it. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And so,
was there ever a sense of accomplishment?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, to me it was, man, because listen, keep in mind, I was a lead man like the first week I was in the field, bro. I got into my little whatever, man, and handled that shit, and I became a lead man and never lost my title. So
what do you have to do to become a lead man? Like, just pick the most, or just be the most efficient, or?
Man, it's just, I can't really say, man. I don't know what it takes to be. I just know I just became. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I stayed focused. When I first got there, it was hard as fuck. I was in the middle row, and a lot of niggas weren't catching their line, catching their slack. And so it would fuck up everybody else. Like, if you cutting grass, right, and somebody don't cut their part, well, you're gonna see this high piece of grass sticking up, which ultimately make the field boss mad at us. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll turn around and let us get a water break, or he'll let us be last at eating chow or whatever the fuck. So you're too busy trying to make sure everybody in your whole squad is catching their grass, you know what I'm saying, or doing what they're supposed to do. And then you got motherfuckers that don't want to work at all, so they'll just lay it down. They'll say, man, fuck it, man, I lay it down, I'm not gonna work. And then they gotta get put in the cage, and then, then the field boss gotta stop what they doing and haul they motherfucking ass back out, and they gotta go to SIG or whatever the fuck. And so it just kind of slows production. But me, man, about a weekend, man, I wanna, catching out with this one cat, man, and and
with the term catching out, what does that mean?
I wound up fighting this dude. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty cool, man, because it was probably one of my best ones I had. You know what I'm saying? Because we in the field.
Yeah,
man.
what happened, Barry? Take us through it.
Nah, man, it was just like it was like a little sweet fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So, and it was just beautiful how I caught him because I saw, back then, man, I could see shit. And I saw what he had going on, and I just did my thing, you know what I'm saying? And it worked out. And crazy enough, man, I wound up whooping his ass. Well, I wound up fighting him again in Chow Hall. So as soon as I whooped him on the field, you know what I'm saying? I thought everything was good. I got him up, we dapped up, everything was cool. And then we got to Chow Hall, and he started bumping again with this dude. So I got up, man, I whooped his. I mean, I did my thing.
What was the altercation about?
Man, it was just some. He was just calling the niggas in the squad hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like wiggity 1, 2, 3 before your foe step, and then he started saying some shit, you know what I'm saying? And so I said, nigga, I know you ain't fucking talking to me, nigga. So I just stepped out. So I told the boss man, and my boss man was Hayes. I had 2 field bosses, Hayes and Dominguez. And people probably know Dominguez because he's the one who shot that nigga back in 1996. But anyway. So I stepped out, so I told the field boss, you know what I'm saying, field boss, you know what I'm saying, I want to look at this nigga real quick, you know what I'm saying? And the nigga, man, was a big nigga, and he just knew he had it, and that's what made it so beautiful,
He said
man.
he knew he had it.
Yeah, he just knew he had it, man. And again, like I say, man, muscles don't really mean shit. It's just an attraction to you. That's it. To a nigga that know how to get it, bro, it don't mean much of anything, you know what I'm saying? So I just went in there and I did my fucking thing, bro. And I just showed that. But again, I did me. Everything was cool. We got up.
Yeah,
boss man told him to fall back. He fell back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how does it work normally in general in prison fights? Is it mentally, are we fighting to the death? Is it just, hey, we just getting it off and we both going to shake hands afterwards? Because I never see how you could shake hands with someone who just whooped you,
That's true, man. It all depends, man. Me personally, I can't. You can't whoop me and I not come back. It's just absolutely not. And then every time I see it is what it is, bro. Like, ain't no more talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, got to. But see, that's why I never started anything, man. So I never started the fight, bro. So anytime it came to me, dog, I handled it, man. I felt like the nigga was, the only reason why I even had that particular one fade is because the nigga was looking at me or my way when he said, you niggas are hoes. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of those big niggas, you know what I'm saying? So he felt like he could say what he wanted to say. And we were scared, bro. Like, listen, man, we out in the fields, bro. We hearing about all kinds of shit that can happen. You got this little motherfucking Mexican man on a horse laying on the side with his shit right there. So you just anything, you know what I'm saying? So we scared, bro. Or we're a little timid, you know what I'm saying? And so when he said what he said, bro, it didn't sit right with me, man. And I wasn't trying to get out there and shine because I knew who I was, bro. I tried to stay low key. But man, I just said, fuck it. I just felt like he was talking to me and I got out there and got at it. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted everything, you know what I'm saying, to be what it was because I don't want to, listen, when you locked up, bro, you don't want to lose like certain things, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get a 15-day restriction on commissary or rec and all that. Oh, you don't want to lose that shit, bro. Cause that's the only thing that's really keeping a nigga sane. You know what I'm saying? Being able to go to the rec yard, being able to go commissary, shit like that, or visitations, whatever. So you don't want to lose that shit. But man, out there in the field, bro, for the most part, the boss man's a cool as fuck. So he'll let you get out there and recreate, you know what I'm saying? It's almost entertainment for him, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what happened. You know, and I thought everything was cool. He got up and shit, man. And as a matter of fact, I want to say I helped him up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And afterwards,
that's the least
bro,
you could do. That's the least.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But listen. So when we went in, you know, everybody know, you know, who was ever in the fields, they understand what I'm about to say. So when you went in, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you got to do the same thing, get butt naked, make sure you ain't bringing anything from the outside world in and shit like that. We went into the chow hall, man. He was talking shit. And the crazy part, I don't know why he was talking. He already had a hickey shit that's sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga was just talking shit, bro. And my nigga was like, say, El Tenerife over there bumping. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I had to, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't talking to me again. Keep in mind what I'm saying, bro. He's talking to his partners, although his partners got to be looking at him a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, once Listen, if you drop me, bro, if I'm getting in the mix, I gotta get back in the mix. I gotta get back in the mix. But they looking at this big old nigga, big nigga, bro. Probably 6'2", 6'3", but cut. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like nigga, like if you drop me, bro, say, man, let me get up and get mine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And shit, but they looking at him different. But soon as, man, I just got up, bro, and hey, I gave him a fair one, man, square up, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself ready, and I did it again. You know what I'm saying?
So Chow, it went down again.
Yeah,
Chow,
and I didn't even catch a case, bro. And then after that, nigga, my whole mind changed, nigga. Shit, I was just like, shit, it's on.
What age are you at this time? This is early on or?
17.
You're still 17
Yeah,
at this time.
yeah. As soon as shit, nigga, as soon as I got my first job was the fields. I never got the fields. And then I told you the first week, you know what I'm saying, I became a lineman. You know what I'm saying? I was that nigga calling the shots. You know what I'm saying?
What was the worst thing about doing the fields for that long? Whether temperature, whether bugs, what was the worst thing that you remember being out there?
Well, yeah, initially, man, because I went in the summertime, so it was hella hot. It's red dirt out there in Abilene, man. So 100 and plus degrees. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it hit like 9 or 10 o'clock, it felt like it's already 100, man. Everything is sticking to you. You know what I'm saying? But once you start sweating, if you really work, once you start sweating, you're cooling off. So I had to get past that stage. You know what I'm saying? And
y'all have water out there? Like
yeah.
Anytime you want water, they'll hydrate.
No, it's not anytime. Hell no. You got to take a water break. Everything is scheduled. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted water, man, you can ask, you know what I'm saying? But you got to get out of line to ask, and getting out of line could be a problem, bro. You can get your ass fucked up like
just
that.
from getting out of line and asking.
Hell yeah.
What if someone has like asthma? Like,
well, chances are then you ain't gonna be out there in the field. You'll get an SSI job or some shit like that there, or working necessities or the kitchen or ODR or whatever the fuck. But my thing is that, you ask, the complications or whatnot. Again, it was what you just said, man. It was the heat. It was, of course, but the bugs and all that shit, you get used to that. Man, we were killing snakes almost on a daily. It was nothing to kill a fucking snake, bro. Like,
yeah, you a kid though. It's like now you gotta. Now you're killing snakes.
Well, it's the older gents. You know what I'm saying? Some of the older gents, and I say older gents like 25, 26, 27, then you might have a really old motherfucker that's like in the 30s. You know what I'm saying? And he's already accustomed to doing certain shit. So you watch. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? And then chop the head off. You know what I'm saying? Or you grab the back of the snake and you just whip his neck, you know what I'm saying, and make that bitch pop. All kinds of shit, bro. And I actually got my hands on doing all, you know what I'm saying, to where you just become tough. And, but yeah, all of that, you know what I'm saying? All of those
elements, I mean, I guess all together.
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say was either your hardest fight in prison?
My hardest fight? Man,
if any, I mean,
I don't know. My hardest fight was never in prison. Outside of my mental, nothing physical. No, nothing physical.
Did you have many fights in prison, or was
I had a slew of fights. My mom was getting called all the time. Yeah, they would always call my mother. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting a lot of fights, bro.
And you said most of those fights you weren't kicking off. It was always something that came to you.
Yeah, I never started any fight because I never was into bullying. I never was into strong arming and all that other shit, bro. Like,
but you had the skills to put someone down.
Yeah, but listen, man, there's a lot of motherfuckers that got skills, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, it's how you handle that shit. Like, you got a lot of motherfuckers that are cocky. You know what I'm saying? And I personally wasn't cocky. I was confident in a motherfucker. And you can tell it. You can sense it. You know what I'm saying? Just in my stance. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about anything. You know what I'm saying? And then fighting is different. It's not all about, fighting isn't boxing per se. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. Listen, man.
Yeah, are there rules in a prison fight? Like, can I bite you? Can I gouge out eyes? I mean, what are we doing?
The only rule that I know that we stood on was never kick a motherfucker when he's down. That's it. Let him back up. That's it. As far as biting and all that shit, like, it is what it is, bro, when you're on your feet. You know what I'm saying? But when you're off your feet, man, you got to let a motherfucker back up. That's the only one that we stood on. It don't matter what it is, white, black, Mexican, whatever. Now, Mexican fight, so Mexicans is a little different, you know what I'm saying? Because they were hella dirty. See, I used to walk around with magazines because it was a lot of shaking. It was a lot of sticking, poking going around. And so I used to wear magazines around me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just put them inside of your boxes. I wore 2 boxes, and then you just put your mags around you. You know what I'm saying? Because the elastic, when you wear new boxes, man, the elastic is real tight, and so you can just put them around you. Because just in case you get poked, man, you know what I'm saying? You want them to have a little bit of resistance so you'll be able to react differently. You know what I'm saying? And so, and anyone that know the game know that. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't tell you a whole lot about that type of shit.
Nah, for real, that's the first time.
It's just a little different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for people that went to school and stuff like that, you have to be able to protect yourself because you just never know.
Was it a lot of stabbing and poking going on?
A lot.
And who was doing, like, what was it? The Mexicans? Was it the blacks? Was it everyone just? It
was majority, in truth, bro, Hispanics. The ESP, EST, the Texas Synagogues, TSs, all those cats, they were dirty, man. Like, and I just say that because I can't really speak on it too much outside of what I've seen. Like they had a lot of, it was just, the gang was just much, much different, bro. They were doing hot water and magic shave and hot water and fucking baby oil, all that type of shit where you see niggas' skin just fall off their fucking face. Like it was just crazy shit, bro.
Can I ask you, what is probably one of the worst things you saw in prison?
Man.
And if there's multiple things you can speak on.
Yeah, man. So I never forget, man, I saw this dude, man, we was going to the fields and this white boy, man, told this Mexican dude, he said, man, shut up, man, you got diarrhea coming out your mouth or some shit like that, right? And everyone was laughing and shit. I thought it was, I didn't really think much on it, you know what I'm saying? But on the way back in, man, he was like two individuals behind me. Man, he killed him, man, with a fucking garden, like a horseshoe. It was an actual horseshoe. And he hooked him somewhere around the neck somewhere, man. And of course, at that point, they tell everybody to get down, but he hit him and it actually went into his neck and then he just kept kicking his face and he died right then and there. That was the most gruesome one I saw. I've seen a whole lot of weird shit, bro, that I just thought was just uncalled for. But then again, I don't know the backstory. Back then, you just mind your own business, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
you had mentioned something off camera that we got to speak on, it took me by surprise. But if you don't mind speaking on it, you said there are certain sexual acts that you don't even perform at your home because of what you've seen in life or possibly in prison.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think fellatio or head, I think all that's gay. I think it's gay as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I don't knock a motherfucker that whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gay because I think anything that you can do with the same with this, same sex, and it can take you to that point of release, can be. I just feel it's gay, bro. I listen, because I saw it too many times, my nigga. I saw niggas that would, bro. It's just, you know what I'm saying, like. I feel like if something takes me to that point, right?
Yeah.
And I get off on that, at some point, if certain things are not present, then I could find myself maybe being acceptable or accepting it from another source. You know what I mean?
So I understand exactly.
I feel like if I'm accustomed to if I get to a place to where just having just regular sex is not allowing me to nut, but it's only from head, at some point, it don't matter where the head is coming from.
Yeah, being a man with that mentality, being in prison.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So if you're out here in the world and you know you with your old lady, and you're that's all she can do to get you off. When you get into a situation like that, you will find an attraction. You know what I'm saying? And you will allow it to take you. So me personally, go ahead.
I was going to ask, this is, again, you're in there 94. Mind you, the world, we're not as over-sexualized as we are now.
Right.
So, most things you see on TV now didn't go back then. You wouldn't even see two men ever on a commercial, on nothing.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. That was so taboo that it was never in your face of your life. So you being young, going into prison and possibly seeing sexual activities between men, what does that do to a man's mentality, which I'm sure you've never seen it in the real world. And now you're here wondering what the hell's going on.
It was hella scary, man. It was something that, like you said, it was extremely taboo to speak on it, yet alone to see it. You know what I'm saying? But to actually be amongst it, it just, again, that just contributed to the stress and the anxiety that was just compounded, you know what I'm saying, at the moment or at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful to God that I didn't know what anxiety was back then. Yeah. Like I would have probably lost my shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't find out about anxiety until my early 30s.
Right.
Because I was experiencing
something.
it. You know what I'm saying? I started smoking weed at 31. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then I wound up having a panic attack. Went to the doctor thinking I'm finna die. And he was like, "Do you do marijuana?" I'm like, "No." And he just did lab work. Like, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And he told my wife, he was like, he just had a panic attack and whatever. My point in saying that, I'm glad I did not know what a panic attack was back then. I didn't know what all that shit was. I just had to push past the feeling, you know what I'm saying, and keep myself in the real world. You know what I'm saying?
Was it true that, you hear prison stories about, like the booty badness and things of that nature. Was that something that was happening where someone maybe owed somebody some money and you hear about that man getting All
right, so this is the truth about that shit. Okay, let me tell you my truth about that shit. I grew up in a place where, and I say I grew up in that prison era where niggas weren't getting their ass taken, bro. The only way that happened, or let me rephrase that, you was having sex with a man is because you wanted it. It might not have been that particular man, but you was already in that lifestyle. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you touch a man's ass, bro, that's your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's it. And real men won't allow that to happen. It's just like out here.
Yeah.
You're a real man, bro. If you see someone that is raping someone, you being who you are, you're gonna say, man, hold on, no, chill out, bro. What the fuck you doing, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Even if you say, man, the law's on the way or something, you're contributing to stopping that act. It's the same in that motherfucker. Nigga, if you my partner and I know you don't swing that way, you think I'm gonna sit here and let some motherfucker take your shit? And I know you're fighting because I know you're gonna be fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So any nigga that got his shit rammed out, bro, it's because he wanted it. Now, let it be from that motherfucker. He probably didn't want to fuck that particular man. But again, you don't know what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard two different scenarios. One scenario was someone, let's say he gambled, he lost, and he didn't have what he's supposed to have. So technically it was either one or two things. Like the guy was wanting from either your life or, you're gonna give me your ass. And I've heard stories of somebody saying, well, I want to keep my life. So they go that route. Not saying it's actually a rape, but it's like more so he's like, I had no, he was mentally broken into giving it up. And
I see what you're saying, but no, I don't agree. No, man. Listen, if you owe some money, you'll forever be indebted. Matter of fact, that's one of the number one golden rules. You don't ever borrow anything from anyone. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always gonna be indebted. You can never fully pay a motherfucker back. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's never good to borrow. But no, man, you're not paying nobody back an ass unless that's what you're used to doing. You know what I'm saying? And anyone that is willing to accept that, he gay. You know what I'm saying?
So that was the other scenario.
Yeah, no, he gay.
a
Gave the
person,
motherfucker.
and he said, and again, this guy, he got out. We did an interview with him.
Yeah.
He got out. He said he was tricked into.
Ain't no such thing,
He was given hooch or homemade jail
drink.
prison drinks.
Yeah, uh-huh.
He was I hear that inmates will play games like try to test box you out, see how what your win is like, get you into a mode to where you trust it, and then he got manipulated. He said into giving it.
No, dude. Listen. In that scenario. Now people do the boxy-oxy, like you said, try to test you in, see what your skill level is, but never in a sense of, sizing you up to see if you protect your ass or not. You know what I'm saying? Again, real men, we'll forever be here, right? And really, it can be one real man in a room full of fuck niggas, and we'll still stand the fuck out. You hear me? And believe it or not, you'll still have a certain level of respect because they're still trying to learn from you. Keep in mind, man, it's hard now to decipher the real from the fake because a lot of motherfuckers would watch us, you know what I'm saying, and literally try to mimic how we move, how we talk, how we speak, how we carry ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Let it be with ourselves or with other people. And that has been going on for years. So now when you see a motherfucker, you think he real. You know what I'm saying? I remember D-boys back in the day, they used to, every dope nigga I knew back in my day, they had hands. They were known to get down. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. Nowadays, is the roles change, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like that. You see most trap niggas, you see a lot of these niggas are getting robbed where it was typically the D-boys that was really getting out there and getting it, you know what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, my point is, let me stay on track here. If a nigga got raped in there, bro, it's because he wanted it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to use that word like that because it's not really against your will if you're asking for it. Okay. If you're sleeping with Bob over here, right? You and Bob get into it because you wind up Bob is fucking Tim, right? So now Tim is looking at you because you was fucking Bob. Yeah. So now Tim like you. You know what I'm saying? So you say Tim raped me, but nigga, you been getting down.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Are you following me?
People use that as maybe a weapon, like, it wasn't supposed to happen.
Right. But a real nigga is not gonna let nobody take his ass, my guy. Like it's just not
you would die. Yeah,
if you come to me and you niggas, bro, and I know goddamn well how you get down, bro. And you say, man, I think old boy trying to rub up on me, my dad. Say less, bro. Let's handle him. And then that's when niggas get down for real, bro. And we'll X him out.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not going to talk about what because again, I hear a lot of people say certain things. One thing I will tell you is that what truly transpired in there, bro, we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's still incriminating.
Yeah.
That shit never goes away.
They say
you know what I'm saying? That shit never goes away. You can't talk about what you really did.
Yeah, you mentioned something as far as where you say mind your business. How important is that when it comes to just being in this facility? Again, you say it feels like a college. It could be looked at as like a college, a military, however you want to look at it, where you're stuck in here with these other men and you can't go nowhere.
Right.
But a lot is happening in the world of prison.
Boy,
a lot of when you see stuff, whether a lick or something. How important is it to mind your business, or can you at least inquire about things you're seeing to say knowledge is power, if that's the thing?
Well, that's when I was saying you speak less and listen more. You know what I'm saying? That's how you learn a lot. Minding your business mean absolutely everything in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't borrow shit from nobody and you mind your fucking business, bro. What I mean by that ultimately is if something is not pertaining to you or in dealings with you, then you stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was, like you said, there was a lot of moving parts. And, I saw a lot of people put their noses into shit and then I didn't see them no more. You know what I'm saying? Let it be that they got transferred off the unit, and or, you know what I'm saying? They left and you just saw them taking their bag out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I say, you learn to listen more than speak.
Was your situation set up where y'all had individual cellmates or what?
Oh yeah, it was 2-man cells.
2-man cells.
Yeah.
What is the normal rule when you become a new cellie to someone else who's already been there, or versus someone coming into your cell? What is like either a rule of thumb or something you have to explain to somebody as they come in?
Again, so let's say, so if you're asking me if I'm already in the cell, correct, and I'm getting a new cellie, yeah. I mean, the first thing is establish is respect. You know what I'm saying? And you should be able to see that right as soon as he opened the door. You know what I'm saying? His actions, again, paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And then what he say? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, Cellie? How you doing? All is well, bro. That's your bunk up there. You know what I'm saying? Well, when you take a shit, let me know, man. Close off, whatever.
So these are things that you should say up front.
That you automatically put in place. It ain't no sitting on my bunk where I sleep. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, don't sit on my bunk at all. You know what I'm saying? But if we are sitting and talking, you sit your ass on the end. You know what I'm saying? You'll never put your ass on the side where my head's at. You don't ever be disrespectful to ask a motherfucker what he's in for. You didn't even ask a nigga how much time he got. That's disrespectful.
These are things that you don't ask.
Absolutely not. You never ask a nigga what he's in there for. Never ask a nigga how much time he got. You don't disrespect a nigga bed by putting your ass on where he sleep at. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things, bro. You don't openly it's a lot of shit.
And if someone told me that you could end up dying if you end up like trying to masturbate while you in there with a cellmate.
Absolutely. Listen, man, if you feel like you need to get off on one, you know what I'm saying? You let your cellie know, or wait till you go to work. Wait till the nigga go to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? You nut in your sock and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, you know what I'm saying? It's just listen, man, you can't lose your life for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like fuck a soup. You can lose your mouth, lose your life off your mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, disrespect. Well, first off, it's so many levels of respect, man.
Yeah. So
many levels of respect. And you have to learn them all in a short period of time.
Yeah. They also say you can't be a kind of person who, I guess, like lying a lot. Like,
no.
Where you just, everything that comes out your mouth is just a lie.
Well, yeah, and someone's recording it. Somebody's mind is recording. No, that nigga said that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you got to keep in mind, man, the streets is right there. You know what I'm saying? So your partner could just be coming right out the streets, or your cousin, or somebody, uncle, somebody, bro. And see, in your mind, you think, man, that's my kinfolk, bro. That's my brother. That's my whoop, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And they be the nigga that will cross you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to fit into whatever the situation is going on in prison. You know what I'm saying? Or they are trying to survive, my nigga. And survival is a motherfucker, bro. It's a tactic that not many people know how to use, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a strategy, dog. You know what I'm saying? And again, you have a short period of time. Listen, my thing is, if you had to go, get in there, do what you got to do, get out, and get back at it. You know what I'm saying? And get on the straight and narrow, because everything except for the straight and narrow is going to end up back there or down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think outside of all of what you hear and see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to what you said, man. You gotta speak less and listen more.
How did you get the whole 5 years and go through the whole 5 years? Did you not have a situation to go do half and get out? You had to do the whole 5?
I didn't have to do it. No, I just again, back to survival, man. You know, survival is a different beast, man. You can get tricked, just like out here in the streets. You can get tricked out of the streets, man. You get tricked in there too, right before you go to the house, man. Motherfucker come to you with some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to go slide. Now you got to, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to stand up for your type shit. You got to, you know, you do everything for respect, because everything, again, is duly noted. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that nigga didn't even, man, that nigga said this to LT. That nigga, you know, you can't, because that that shit travels, bro. Yeah. And it's not just your farm, it's every fucking farm. Yeah. So if something have you get transferred, you go to all these other units, Beto, 1, 2, Roach, wherever the fuck you go, you know what I'm saying? Ferguson, all these cats, speak of that one. You know what I'm saying? Which every farm, every unit, it don't really, to be honest with you, my nigga, I'm gonna be very honest, bro. Every unit to me is all the same because of the people. It's just a different building. You know what I'm saying? People is what makes it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be a brand new set of apartments right here, right? But move some niggas from Section 8, bro. And I dare say, in a short period of time, these will be raggedy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about, the structure, man. It's the people, bro. So you can be on a transfer unit, my nigga, and that nigga will rock your world, nigga. That nigga will take your life and leave you like in stinky. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. People talk about all these different farms, but nigga, it don't matter where you are. You can be in the loo, my nigga, and you will be left a part of that goddamn table. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't matter. Respect is something that certain men won't tolerate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter here or there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker say something to you, my nigga, that is just that's a little over your tolerance level, you're gonna handle that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna, I've never had a situation where a nigga called me bitch for fun. Fuck you, bitch. No, nigga, we don't do that. I'm gonna have to look you. Listen, if you're my best bud, first off, you ain't gonna say that. First off, that's just not gonna happen, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that, you know what I'm saying, you might let it, and now you ain't gonna never let that slide, ever.
Yeah. How do you feel about the new prison inmates? That's part of their lingo.
Again, man, that's why I say, man, I think there's a lot of, keep in mind, man, in prison, there's a lot of shit that ain't talked about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it ever makes it out here, that means there's somebody in there doing this, kiting. Somebody in there writing and talking and kiting. You know what I'm saying? Because typically news and that never makes it out, ever, bro. Unless somebody in there kiting and sending shit out here too. There are people saying, hey, listen, you guys need to talk about this. You guys need to report this. But so many things transpire in there, bro, that ain't never talked about. You know what I'm saying? So if motherfuckers are sitting here, when I hear kids or people, say, bitch, shut the fuck up. I just feel like, bro, like I just can't. Yeah, no.
So now, again, you come from a different era. I'm curious, who got you through prison as far as who was on your side, on the outside, either writing your letters, calling you, who helped you get through the system?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. It was God and God alone. Listen, man, I've never been one to sit back and be so proud to say, but yeah, Yahweh, man, God pulled me out of that solely.
So, let me just ask, was anyone calling you? Was anyone writing you letters? And who was putting money on your commissary?
Yeah, man. My grandma, man, she did a little bit, man. She did as much as she could. Everything was appreciated. I was an indigent motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it was a pastor, man. His name was Pastor Davis, man. He owns a church out there in Dunkerville. Man, my partner, man, he turned me on to him, man. He was my Celiana Lusteri. And the pastor would always come visit him, man. And I'm like, man, that's an amazing dude, man, to take time out of his schedule, man, you know what I'm saying? And so me and him went to school together, you know what I'm saying? And so I should say, man, turn me on to your pastor, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he's, you know what I'm saying, putting money on your books and whatever, bro, and just out of love and whatever, man. And dude, man, he did. And Pastor Davis would come and see me. I'm 17, bro. My mom, man, she was having some things going on in the family and everything else. And so Pastor Davis would come see me, man. An amazing dude, man. Matter of fact, he just retired from TI. But, I want to say he's 79 now. He might have just touched 80. But anyway, he would always come up there, man, visit me, man. He'll put me like $50 on my books, bro. And I said, man, this man, he ain't gonna do this often. Every time he come, he say, listen, I want you to stay strong, you know, my name and do this and to do that, man. And, you know, and when I got sentenced, he was there. It was my mom and a couple of other people that we know.
That's
and
right.
then Pastor Davis, he was there.
That's
And man, he just looked at me, man. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, no, I want you to finish the story as far as him looking at you.
Yeah, he just looked at me, man. And I didn't remember I told you everything was still. I couldn't hear anything. But right before they walked me through the door, he said my name real loud. He said, I got you. And man, it's so touching, man, because you got to understand, bro, like when you're in a situation like that, dog, you know what I'm saying? And it really feel like no one is there for you. And then when someone stand on what they actually say, you know what I'm saying? It's a game changer. And I use that as my model. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'll never leave my kids ever. Yeah. And I never had, and I never turned back. This was nearly 30 years ago, bro. I never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Real. Like I never, ever look back. My boys never know daddy not never being there every morning, every evening, every night.
Sometimes it takes those little moments to see what a man is and a man who stands on his word.
Yeah. But he was amazing.
Yeah. For those who don't have someone in their corner, like how important is it, if you don't mind speaking on like maybe getting letters, getting someone like answering that call?
Man, mail call means everything. Yeah. No, man, mail call is, man, we used to listen, bro. Listen, for real. Back in the Lou, man, I was on the 6th floor. I was in North Tower. First, I used to be in the government center, then I took me to North Tower. Yeah. And I was on the 6th floor, and then 7th and the 8th floor were the women. And so we used to clean out the toilets. Hear me out. We used to clean out the toilets and shit, and we used to speak to them hoes. And I had a little girlfriend, man, a little girl or whatever chick. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can lie to each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? We all lying, but sometimes lying to each other felt good. So I'm lying to her. Yeah, woo, woo, woo. Say, look out, man. Hey, tell her, man, wake up, man. She sleep. Tell her, wake up. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to her real quick, man. We would write each other, you know, send each other kites and shit. And we'll send pictures and some of them, you know, whatever. And so I took that because I wasn't really getting mail. Yeah. So I would take that when I went to the big house. And man, sometimes I would just write myself shit and just, I know it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Just to get mail call. You know what I'm saying? Just to get mail call. And you know, they ask you for your number. Sitting for 1984, you give your TDC number, man. And it just felt so good. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear your name called. And then niggas be like, man, who wrote you, bro? Who wrote? Shit, nigga, don't, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got other niggas got good smelly notes and shit and all that type shit. But, and then back then it was, you know, people was getting magazines like The Vibe and The Source and all this shit, which was really awesome then because it kind of kept you attached to the world in a sense. But no, mail call meant everything. To answer you, mail call meant absolutely everything, man. You know, and so it always felt good to be able to. It didn't matter. But then again, sometimes mail call wasn't good, you know, because man, I ain't seen motherfuckers, man. As soon as they got that letter, man. I had a few partners, man, that took their life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Like for real. Like
people might lose family members, moms, dads,
or girlfriends
wives, gone. Yeah,
all of that, bro. Yeah, man, I done seen niggas lose their shit, bro, after visitation. All that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so it was, again, it's just one of those things, man. It's just good to keep God in the midst. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's in there anyway. You know, it's all about acknowledgement at that point.
As we were starting, you were speaking about this is 1994, the Crips and Bloods. Was there, first of all, were you gang related at all? Did you want to join in the gang?
No, fuck that.
What was the hierarchy when you got into prison as far as you seeing, like, was it like leaders, underbosses? Did it have the same effect that it had in the free world as it did in there? And what was the difference, the way things moved?
Man, it was just men, bro. That's it, man. Listen, man, all that other stuff with labels. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a Crip, okay, cool. To men, even me, man, I was absolutely solid. Oh, okay, all right, that's a bet. You know what I'm saying? Say less. You know what I'm saying? It was just a label, my nigga. Really, you're putting yourself out there because you don't know the nigga right beside you might be a blood and fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just a label, bro. So it's always best to keep your mouth shut. Just stay solid. Don't disrespect nobody. Don't talk over nobody's food. When you get up off the table, you knock. Be respectful. All this other shit, just be respectful. That's all men cared about.
How long did it take for you to understand the general rules of Robinson Unit? Just how long does it take for someone to get acclimated to, all right, these are the rules in prison?
Real quick. Yeah, no.
Like a week, a couple days?
I dare say the first 2 or 3 days. Because you're watching. You know what I'm saying? You're watching the ones that's already been there. You when they sit there on their table and they got the punch bowl like in the center, you know what I'm saying? And they got their cup, you know what I'm saying? They got their spoon, they got their tray. And you know what I'm saying? You see him when he get up, he knock, you know what I'm saying? Let you know, man, I'm done, appreciate you guys. Ultimately, that's what it's saying, you know what I'm saying? And you walk away, you know what I'm saying? So you're like, okay, cool. So anytime you get up, you need a knock. All right, bet, okay. You know what I'm saying? And you see how close to be to someone and how far to be, whatever the case, or when to, you see two men talking, don't interrupt them just because you know them motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? And all kinds of shit, you know what I'm saying? Things that you should know already, but see, the thing is, there's no guns in there, so you're gonna learn one way or the other, you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever have a knife?
Man, I was a part of the system, man. Yeah, I was a part of the system, man. Again, the thing is, man, is that, again, a real motherfucker know we can't talk about certain shit, bro. Yeah. Because, again, it never dies.
Yeah.
They can pull shit up right here today from 40 years ago. So 30 years ago, whatever. So it still sticks here. So but now, man, I just survived, bro.
Can you speak on getting out as far as who was there for you when you got out? What was that first day like? It's 5 years you were in this spot. Now, went from a kid to a man.
Yeah, man, my mom, she came late. It was on a Friday night. And she was getting out of church, man. It was my mom. I want to say my brother and sister, they was all there, but it was on a Friday night. Of course, I left the walls, and it took several hours to get here. I think the bus got us here about 11 o'clock at night. My mom got there like around 12:30 or something. And we got on all these big ass clothes because at the walls, when you walk down that street and you go to that 2-story house and you cash your $200 check, you know what I'm saying? Shit, man, all the clothes.
$200.
Yeah, $200. Actually, it's $100. And then you get the second $100 when you go to your first parole visit. But, but I got my whole 200, you know what I'm saying? Shit. So you turn around and you get all those ill-fitting clothes and shit. And everybody and their mama know you just got out type shit, you know what I'm saying? You got cluckers and all kind of motherfuckers standing around that spot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you just got out, damn, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And whatever. Anyway, but it was my mom, man, and my mom and my siblings. And shit, that next day, nigga, I looked in the green sheet and I got hired on. Real right-handed guy. Let me tell you that something. So Saturday, I got out Friday night at 11 o'clock. Saturday, I was working. I got a job. At a call center. And
did you lie to him? Tell him?
No, I told him the God honest truth.
Wow.
And I didn't even have my ID yet. I had to show him my TDC card. My TDC inmate card. Right, God take my soul, bro. I gave him my Social Security and my TDC card, and she looked at me, and she was just lost for words.
I'll give you a chance.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just like, okay, can you read the script? Like, I said, yes, ma'am, absolutely. I was articulating, I was on point.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then my brother, man, he wound up something happening, and then I wound up getting him on there for a second. I think did he work there? Hell, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then I got back on to doing something I wanted to do, which was electrical. You know what I'm saying? And shit, shortly thereafter, bro, I hit it hard, and you know what I'm saying? I wound up getting my journeyman card, and then ultimately get my master's card, and then became a master electrician. And then I turned around and said, fuck it, I don't want to stop here, and I want to be a master. So I became a master of 3 trades. You know what I'm saying? So shit, nigga, I ain't let shit stop me.
Blessings. Were you well? Did you read at all in prison? I know you're young, so I
like a motherfucker, man. Okay. I was a sponge, bro. Shit, cause I didn't do a lot of talking, man. So reading is absolutely something that became a part of my daily. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Shit, it was almost habitual for me, man. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have a good book, Dean Koontz, or whomever, you know what I'm saying? Tim LaHaye or man, I can't even quote them all now, man. I used to know, I read everything, you know what I'm saying? And so just to keep my brain, just staying active, man, and trying to stay out of where I was at as much as I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? I escaped as much as possible mentally.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, can you speak on that as far as, you got out, you were able to still, work on your trade, be successful at you're an artist, you're able to do that. Again, if you can, just, I do see a lot of people getting out and not knowing what to do. Can you just kind of go with the mental as far as when you got out? Again, you're young still, so the world's your oyster, but the mental that you had to have to get out and say, not so much worry about what label they put on you for even going to prison.
Yeah. So again, prior to going in, I wanted to go to the military. You know what I'm saying? I had already took my ASVAB test and everything. You know what I'm saying? They put me in a Holiday Inn. I did the physical, everything, man. And, they wind up saying, hey, we saw, do you have anything that's holding you to be here? And, any criminal charges or whatever. And of course, you had to be honest. And so I did. And unfortunately, I couldn't go. Hell, I even wanted to be a detective. I grew up watching Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? He was an amazing idol to me. You know what I'm saying? He never played a role of doing drugs or anything. All his roles were being a strong black guy individual. You know what I'm saying? Being either a cop or helping his people, and even just being suave and being slick, with his tongue on women. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing how to work your way around situations. You know what I'm saying? So I've always admired him. So I was like, if I was going to be in the service, or I'll be a detective type shit. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got out, man, even when I was in, I was doing some studying on electrical because my brother had got into a real tough light and shit. So I started studying it as much as I possibly could, and I got out and I just ran with it. Man. You know what I'm saying? And shit. So
no, that's a blessing though. Again, to have that mentality to kind of go forward. We do these prison stories, and not to glorify, not to make light of, but to actually educate, those young YNs out here that's never did time. They're out here taking penitentiary chances. And if you don't mind, again, you win, and as a young man yourself, I would like for you to take time just to speak to the young dudes out here that has never been to jail, never been to prison, that's out here possibly taking penitentiary chances, trying to get to some money or whatever they're trying to get to. Sure. Kind of speak to what, they give up, the time they lose. Or if you feel like it helps them, keep on doing it. Go to prison, see what it is. If you don't mind speaking to them.
Well, the old me would say, you guys have to learn one way or the other. Sometimes as a grown people can't tell you anything, you know what I'm saying? Because they know everything. So, I would typically say at that point, you know what I'm saying? Let them go, you know what I'm saying? Let them learn the hard way. But I've never been, since I have boys, you know what I'm saying? I got 3 amazing sons. And so I honestly would say, listen, I understand how it can feel like that no one's there for you. But as long as you stay focused and you stay on course, man, there's always something you can do. But with everything you do, you still have to start from the beginning. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Even from the cats that's so dope, they still had to start from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit here and push none of that, man. I personally stamp for every man to get in the trades. In Texas, man, it's beautiful, bro, because you can start at 16. At 16, you can get, you know what I'm saying, you can get licensed here in the state of Texas. So, you know what I'm saying, when I see, and I do this every day, bro, every day, every other day, I'm paying for some youngster to get his license, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let them be young, let them be middle-aged, whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you out there and you just don't see no way, you know what I'm saying? Go get your electrical license or your mechanical license or your plumbing license, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can get out there and work, bro. You know what I'm saying? People will hire you. It don't matter about your fucking background, bro. You know what I'm saying? They need people to work. And when you don't want to do that, that just lets me know that you're not trying to do it. See, I've always had this thing. I don't help a motherfucker that's not trying to help themselves. Never. That'd be an endless. You know what I'm saying? You'll be caught in this endless place, bro, if you're trying to help a motherfucker that ain't trying to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? I always help a motherfucker that's trying to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so to all the young people, man, you know what I'm saying? Go to TDLR, you know what I'm saying? Get your electrical apprenticeship license, man. It costs $20, bro. And you can start your career starts at that point. It's so many jobs out here, Fox Electric, all Lanehart Electric, places where you can go where they pay for your schooling. You can't get that nowhere, bro. They pay for your schooling and you're working, making amazing money. Dude, it's endless possibilities. You know what I'm saying? And so I push that on everybody, bro. I had to start from the ground. I had to start, you know what I'm saying, at the bottom. But man, I'm so glad, bro, that I learned, I allowed it to cultivate me to be who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, can't nobody tell me about my worth. That's between God and I, and really God, because sometimes we look at ourselves and we still don't even know our worth. We can only speak on our values, right? All those certifications and all this shit, which contributes to our values. But as far as our worth goes, sometimes we don't even know how much we're worth or what our worth really is. You know what I'm saying? That's instilled within, you know.
These are facts.
But no, man, listen,
words to live by. Words to live by. No, I was going to say words to live by. You know, like you said, you know, someone was waiting to hire you out of a call center day one. Can you do the job? So there's always someone there.
Absolutely.
What I want to do, LT, is of course, you know, this is always just an introduction to prison stories as far as getting your background, and we get into a few stories. I know we're just scratching the surface. There's more surface to scratch, but I think as of now, we have a solid foundation to build on. For you yourself, if you can, not only give your social medias, how to follow you, but also if you can, I know you're speaking on trying to help out young men and maybe also some people going through the same thing you went through, how to, you know, get in touch with you, contact you, and kind of get to that next step.
Man, so if you just really need to contact me, man, unfortunately you can't. You know, I don't have any social medias, bro. You just have to catch me out there. But if you want, you don't need to get in contact with me. If you want to become something in life, if you don't have any sense of direction, go to TDLR. T Tom, D David, L Larry, R Robert, TDLR, electrical apprenticeship. Get your electrical license, man. It's $20, bro. You can contact Joker, Real Life Street Stars, man. And if you're serious, bro, I'll send them the money and they'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is reach out to me and I'll send them the money and I'll take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But outside, it's just trying to reach me in particular now. You can't. I'm only accessible to the ones I want to be accessible to, which is myself and family, man. So now ain't nobody really knowing my moves. You know what I'm saying? Go. So, but that's it, man.
No.
Listen, I just appreciate this opportunity, man. The crazy part is I had it in my head, you know, what I was going to say and how I was going to say it. But it changes when I sat down. It changed. And the thing is that some people are not going to be acceptable of it, but it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just appreciate the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because prison, there's nothing in there but agony and pain. You know, people, you know, see here, you know, making it appear as if it wasn't hard on your mental. They're lying. That place is the absolute worst place to be when you're trying to stay sane. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't trust nothing. You can't trust no one. You can't trust what you have on a piece of paper that you have, meaning your time. You can't trust none of that because all that changes. If you do something in the prison, that piece of paper you have will change because your time will change. You know what I'm saying? The people that you're cool with today will become your worst enemy the following. The food, anything, you know, anything can change in that motherfucker, bro. That's what makes that place extremely shaky. You know what I'm saying? So
that's some of the realest. That's some of the realest talk. Yeah, don't even trust the time on a paper they give you. So no, that's some of the realest.
Change, bro. All those things, every decision is with you at that moment. You know what I'm saying? You can change your situation at any given point in time. You know what I'm saying? You can be going home tomorrow and change that shit, bro. So, man, fuck prison. And those that, talk tough on it. Man, we all have to answer. You know what I'm saying? One day, bro. So just be mindful of what you say down here, dude. For shits and giggles and every word, you know what I'm saying, that you say, man, you will have to have it repeated. And would you really want to rehear that? You know what I'm saying? You actually saying that. Really, would you really want to actually hear it repeated? You know what I'm saying? Coming from you. Sometimes I look at this whole world, man, like it's a massive recorder, and or a movie, and we have to go, when we transition, we'll have to sit back and rewatch it. And would you want someone to rewatch your life? You know what I'm saying? How embarrassed would you be? You know, so no, I very rarely talk about prison. Matter of fact, you'll probably never hear me talk about it again. And if you were my partner and friends, I didn't talk to you about it. If anything, I would always say, man, stay on course, stay focused, my nigga, or I'll help my partners in situations, but I would never just talk about prison, because I will make sure if I say I love you, love is action, love is showing. So I will always show you, you know what I'm saying, that I will be there for you. I don't have to sit here and talk about what I done. You know what I'm saying? What I done is done. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm here now today. So I'm the true testament of what it looks like, you know what I'm saying, being able to go through and then come back and still stay focused, you know what I'm saying, and not turn back ever again. I was one and done. That was it for me, bro. I was one and done. Never look back. Okay, I learned that lesson, Lord, thank you, and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Never look back, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they right what them COs say, them sergeants, lieutenants, and all them motherfuckers. Oh man, you'll be back. I'd be goddamn if I did. No, sir.
Man, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Serious. So.
Man, that's real in itself.
Yeah.
With that being said, I got to say, man, I appreciate you coming on and speaking to us, man. LT, once again, this is Prison Stories 101, and I salute you, sir.
Man, I appreciate you, fam.
Let's go.
Straight up.